When I first arrived here, I wasn't really sure what I was expecting. I was a little bit apprehensive. However, within like the first 15-20 minutes, I got to know other members that came along and made me feel welcome. I was expecting amazing food and I got amazing food. And I've really enjoyed my sessions here.
I was a bit stressed actually coming because I didn't know what to expect. Haven't ran for about say 4 maybe 5 weeks, and obviously do no running to come into doing trail running, multi-terrain running. It was just amazing. The people are absolutely fantastic, and again with the food things myself, wasn't sure about the food. I had to choose off the menu and it transpired the food was really lovely. And the actual whole experience has just been something that I would highly recommend.
Yeah, I'll ditto to all of them. I was a bit apprehensive, a bit worried about what I was going to have to do. Did look into and had a look at some of your other weekends and stuff. It looked really fun, and I thought, yeah, I quite fancy doing that. Never done anything like this before, never experienced anything like this before. So I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone, felt I'd have. And again, when I arrived, meeting people, that's a new thing for me. Pushing myself out of my comfort zone and meeting loads of different people and chatting and listening to their experience, getting some new ideas, getting tips. It was valuable yesterday with Sean. Got some good ideas for video for later on. So yeah, great.
What's been the highlight of your weekend with us?
Okay, that's a difficult one because they've all so many highlights. Managing to read a compass properly or use a compass properly and read a map, and a brilliant trail walk, hanging off bits of rock and over rapids.
Ellen? And how do you think attending this course with us this weekend is going to enhance your running when you get back home?
I think, well, the navigation, we definitely put that into practice a bit more.
You smashed that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
It took us a while.
when we run where we are, we know all the paths really well, but we've actually already said we're going to buy a map and take a compass with us and just stop and say, right, we're going to get from A to B, find out where we are. We're going to now do that. I think I've been totally inspired.
What made you decide to come on this break?
Downhill running, because I had an accident a few years back and I have no confidence running downhill because it was a nasty accident, and where I used to love running, I'd lost that confidence. I'm going to go on a few more courses if you'll have me back,
obviously,
and just try to master the downhill running.
Cool.
I do, because I live in London, so I do a lot of dodging pedestrians and waiting for the green man. So it's so nice to run somewhere where it's just a continual path with some incredible scenery, and I think it's really inspired me to do more. I really want to try out going high, going down, around some more just incredible
It's really
places.
just breathtaking. Scenery is beautiful.
And if somebody was considering a weekend with us and they were a little bit apprehensive, nervous, what advice would you have for them?
Come, because the people are absolutely lovely.
They are.
Really, and encouraging, and it's feels a very democratic group. So you've got those who are really fast, and you've got those who are less so, but we all sort of seem together in the same group, the same level, although obviously we're not. It's just it feels a bit like a team.
Brilliant.
And like we've known people for a long time, although we haven't. Yeah.
Well,
Otherwise we want to come back.
You've been fabulous, so thank you for coming up and seeing us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I wanted to come because I wanted to come to Snowdonia, and also it was a beginners weekend, so it was beginners runners, so I wanted to do a little bit more about running, so I run a little bit more very much.
I wanted to come originally because I wanted to kind of get a bit more into trail running. I broke my leg in the past and been told not to pavement pound, so it seemed like a good idea, and I wanted some coaching and somebody who was a bit more expert on it.
And I came because I live in sunny Suffolk, which is quite flat, and I love coaching. So it popped up on my Facebook feed this weekend, first November, and I came along and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Loved going in the mountains, loved running with Geoff, and all the great people that I've met on this one. This is now my third weekend.
Wow. So speaking of that, real quick, you've all been on my weekends before, but what has been the thing what's the attraction that's brought you back on more than one occasion? Why were you repeat offenders?
Repeat offenders defenders because the pace is nice and relaxed, and there's lots of opportunities to stop and take photos and kind of get a little rest. I was a bit afraid it was going to be kind of relentless up mountains, and it's not. It's been really, really good fun, and this isn't something I would ever do by myself. I'm the kind of person, I need a group. I'd never go running in Snowdonia on my own.
Sure.
So.
But you've come along on your own.
Absolutely, yeah. I've come along on my own, but it's different because you're running with a group, and the last time I came I made friends with everybody really quickly, and I've really just enjoyed being with everybody as well.
And pretty much everyone picks on me, so it's all okay, isn't it?
There's a good recipe so that I can run at places I can run, because you adapt everything for that. I get to run through beautiful countryside, which is my favourite, communing with nature. There's meeting everybody new. It doesn't matter that I come on my own. Everybody's great. I've always had a great weekend. We go to the pub sometimes as well. But just a really good camaraderie, and we just rub along.
Yeah, just learning off other people as well, listening to other people's stories, what they've done, how they feel about things, what their big runs are. And just in UK, I'm quite slow, and I'm usually at the back, and there's always somebody else behind me, and you've always got a back runner, which I think is really great. So I never feel that I'm sort of on my own in the middle of a trail that I don't know. I think it's really good.
What was the highlight of your trip? Learning how to use the compass and the map, because I've never been able to do that in my entire life. And now I feel very confident that I would be able to do it on my own.
Brilliant. And how do you think that coming on this course with Geoff and myself over these couple of days will enhance your running when you get back home?
Okay, so where I live there's lots of beautiful places you can run, but I'd stick to the main road or the roads that I know. But now I feel that when I see a sign that says, public footpath below to fields, I would feel confident to go through them now without getting lost.
Before you booked this weekend with Focused Performance, was there anything that you were apprehensive about?
Not being able to learn it properly, but that was fine.
And if somebody was considering coming on an event with Focused Performance, not necessarily a navigation weekend, but even just a running weekend, what would you say to them?
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's been amazing. Amazing bunch of people. Amazing location. And just give it a go.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and thank you for coming up these couple of days.
Okay, thanks.
So this weekend we've had some people from Devon and all over, and just getting to know other runners and listening to their stories really of both road and I think just sort of for me I've really wanted to sort of look at trail running, and it's just been really informative and not pressurised, and just learned quite a lot without it being like a learning workshop, if that makes sense. When we've been out, Geoff's given us some information, some hints and tips on sort of how to approach maybe downhill sections, and I've really enjoyed it. I do a lot of road running and have done for a long time, but I've always been interested in trail running and just sort of learning new routes, and it's a very different type of running, and that's what I wanted to experience, and that's what I have experienced, but it's been really good. I wasn't worried about not knowing anybody, I was more worried about not being able to keep up, but it's been great the way that the runs have been organised. We've had Geoff, Sam and Steph, and no one is left behind, and everyone runs at different paces, which is fine, but you're never made to feel that you're the slowest or you're holding the group up, and it's been really good.
This is the second time I've been on one of these weekends. I've been here before and came back for more. The best thing about these weekends is the range of people that you get to meet. So you're meeting loads of different people from different walks of life, different experiences. You get to meet these people, run with them, socialise with them, pick up tips, just get to find out some interesting details about different people, which is what makes the whole weekend, the people that turn up to these weekends. I come away from these weekends making new friendships. I'm still in touch with people that I met on the first weekend. There's one lady here again this weekend that was there with me on the first one. So you have that lasting relationship with other runners when you come on these weekends, which is lovely. The atmosphere of these weekends is really supportive, it's really friendly, everyone shares their experiences, gives information, helps give you tips and supports you with whatever you've been doing. No one puts you down, everyone builds each other up, and it really helps to build your self-esteem as well as the experience itself. The length of the runs are perfect. It's lovely that you have a run in the morning, you've got your break for lunch, a run in the afternoon, and then again on the Sunday. If for any reason you're injured or tired, you can choose not to do the afternoon one or the Sunday one, and you could go out and have a walk instead. So the time is wonderful. It also allows for the social aspect, time to eat together and chat together, and then go to the pub in the evening. So the timings are ideal. Before I came on one of these weekends, I was nervous about what the other people, what their pace would be like, whether I could keep up. So you worry that there's going to be some pressure there. I am a slow runner, so there are a lot of people on the weekends that are faster than me, but it's not a problem. There's plenty of staff there, so you can take your own time, take your own pace, and don't need to feel stressed or hassled at all. You can just run at what suits you best and enjoy the scenery, stop and take photos, and there was nothing to worry about at all.